So today I'm going to show you another way that you can color the papers for your journals. And I learned this from Lorene, and I'm going to put her link down below. She does quite a few different things with the cray paper. So I have all my cray paper here. And you would think that the colors turn out really bright like this, but they don't. I did try birthday streamers because that's what I had on hand when I was talking to her about it, and that does not work. So you have to use the cray paper. And so as you can see here, I have some colors ready to go, and I'm just going to pour in some water. And it does work best if you use hot water. And so this water isn't too hot, but it's just for the video. But I am going to pour some hot water into my purple because I need some more purple papers. And so you can see the colors already coming out of the paper. And then I have this white dish here so you can see it better. So I'm just going to do it with the purple. So you just gently stir it around. You can see how rich that color is. But we're going to thin it out a little bit. And what I did was added a few papers when it was really dark like this. And then I would add a little bit more water to it to thin it out. So you can see how it kind of lightened up there a little bit. And so then I did different shades. I would keep adding a little bit more water at a time. And then when you're done getting the color from just the water, you can start to add, I'm going to pour in some pink because I don't have enough water left. Then you can start to add your coffee. Just do a little bit at a time because it definitely changes the color. And so it's starting to turn kind of into a wine color now. But if you just do papers with every little bit of water or coffee you add, you can come up with all different shades. And then, so I have some things here that I'm going to show you that I did already. And I'm going to pour this into my pan. Because I have some other things that I need to color. You need to wear gloves when you're doing this, otherwise you're going to have purple fingernails like I do, or whatever color you're doing. So I have some other items that I'm going to color. I have some canvas pieces, and I have lace, and then I also like to throw in pieces of like a flour sack towel. You can see that it just takes the color right up. The flour sack towels come in a pack at Walmart. They're a really good deal. And they're nice to wrap your journals in if you're gifting them out or shipping them out. And I'll show you the one I did. I did mine with some coffee. And what happens is, if you bunch it up while it's drying, just lightly, the coffee kind of tends to take where the creases are, and that's where I got the coffee lines from. And then I also did some sari silk. You can see I got two totally different shades from the same cray paper. And so now I'm going to just move this out of the way, and then I'll show you all my purple stuff here. And then also the cray paper that you don't use, you can sew on to tags and pockets and such. And I do have a tag here. You know, so the purple's kind of, you can see that, The purple's kind of too grape for what I'm looking for, so if I do use it, I might sew it up the side and maybe stick a piece of lace over it and sew it on. Kind of softens it up a little bit, not so bold. So these are all the items that I did for our purple journal that I'm going to be working on. I did some tags, miscellaneous time cards and index cards. I did some envelopes. And if you lay another item on top of another, you get the outline there. And like this one, I had an index card laying on top of, so the lines came off onto my envelope, which I think is kind of neat. And I had some really dark brown envelopes. And so you can see they almost look like an eggplant or plum color. I really like those. That's kind of more of the color that I like versus this really dark grape. But I had a brown bag that I did for a pocket. Some smaller papers to put in my envelopes. Ledger paper. And I'm going to show you the kind of the different shades I got as I went. So that was some purple lined paper, some wider ledger paper, some planner paper. And then I had some blank music paper. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's overall a lavender tone. And I also did some typewriting paper. It dyes up really nice. And it also has that kind of that crunchy sound, a little bit different than the coffee dyed papers. And you can see right here in the center, one of my tag pieces came off. That goes right here on the tag. It came off and it came out onto my paper. So these are all the standard size printer papers here. And so this is just doing the very first dip into the water in the crepe paper. You can see kind of how bright it is. And then I added some more water to it. Still kind of bright. And I'm going to be toning those down. I'm going to dip them in some coffee and redo those to tone them down. But now you can see where I added my coffee. And then it started turning into a wine color. You can see that compared to the purple that I first did. So overall, I don't know if you can see it, it does have a lavender tone to it. It's really soft. And you can always put, so say if these just came out of my oven and they're too bright, I can take my spray bottle and spray some coffee on it to leave more coffee markings. Or just spoon it on it and bake them a little bit more so they're not so bright. So that is all the purple that I've done so far. There's my plastic. And then I'll show you some pink that I did. I really like how the pink turned out. So there's my sari silk. And then I did some tags. Shipping tags, and then I did a piece of the flour sack towel. So this are the first papers that I did right here. They're a little bit brighter. And you can see I start toning it down with the coffee. And then I have another green set here that I did. Kind of grungy and green. Some of the flour sack towel, some sari silk tags. And then you can see my first attempt with the green is really bright. It just starts toning down as I thinned it out with water and added the coffee. So whatever you're going to use for your journal, it's nice to just get in your sari silks and your fabrics and your tags or any papers that you're planning on using, so it kind of all has the same tone. And I'll show you the journal here that I'm going to use the pink for. I think the green might be a little bit too bright, but I could tone some of it down. I was going to use it for in this journal here. And I do have a video on YouTube how to make the curved spine. So that's one I have coming up. And there's other things that you can throw into the colors. I have these here and I've never used them. I didn't like them because they have the glitter on them. But if you also throw them into the color, these will take on the color. Anything that you can think of, just throw it in there. And then everything will go together. So that's what I got. I'll put her information down below so you can check her out. And thanks for watching.